In the shadows of moonlight, these two remain. In the depths of night, they find love's eternal flame. Though they lie side by side, their hearts are torn apart. A rogue vampire's love for an elder's heart. Oh my God, vampire of the night, Nessa's arms are your guiding light. With every thorn a rose of love is born in this tale of vampire's love and scorn. Remember the night, the radio song. They dance in darkness where they belong. Love is a game, easy come, easy go. But their love is deeper, they can never know. Oh my God, vampire of the night, Nessa's songs are your guiding light. With every thorn a rose of love is born in this tale of vampire's love and scorn. Years have passed, the pain remains. A wound that's healed, believes it stays. She could have saved the love that fateful night if she found the words to make it right. Oh my God, vampire of the night, Nessa's arms are your guiding light. With every thorn a rose of love is born in this tale of vampire's love and scorn. Love is was and is forevermore, choosing power and money over the one she adored. The fate of their love is a thorn in life. Her betrayal fell deeply, it cut like a knife. Oh my God, vampire of the night, Nessa's arms are your guiding light. With every thorn a rose of love is born in this tale of vampire's love and scorn.
Oh, hey, hi, hello, welcome on in. I hope you guys enjoyed that wonderful, wonderful song. If you're a fan of Indy by Night, you'll know just how special that song is to this group, Ian in particular. But we're going to go around the room, introduce who we're going to be playing, and how your character feels about the events of the last 24 hours that have taken place. And we'll go ahead and start with Warren because he looks like he's ready to bat.
Hi, I'm Warren. I am playing Brick. And I think the answer to this question is always wow, overwhelmed. Have we had a calm 24 hours? Maybe once.
Yes, I think your own coder ruined it afterwards, but that was in a separate game, so probably not this game. But and to be fair, actually, yeah, you guys had rested in a hospital for like 3 weeks without me doing anything horrible to you. So,
I mean, only because that was a time jump.
I've done worse in time jumps. Is all I'm saying.
That's true.
Next up, we have Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'll be playing Katrina. Trina, gutted. It's about the best way I can describe the last game session.
Not you, but your emotions.
My emotions?
No, I mean Trina's emotions were gutted, but not Trina herself was not gutted yet.
No, she's still in one piece at the moment, at least physically, not so much mentally.
That's fair. Next up, we have Hannah.
Hey, I'm Hannah playing Morgan Fisher, and I feel like I think I'm just confused on everything. Don't know who to trust. Definitely not that ghost. So I think I'm out to get her.
It's pretty prejudiced of you, I gotta be honest.
I don't think so.
Also, I don't know why the first after you said hi, I'm Hannah, then I just expected for you to say I'm playing Eva Hill this evening. I don't know why.
I almost did.
I don't know why
It was
those
in my
words
head.
were sitting up there, but I was like, wait, that's not right. Next up, we have Rob.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rob. I'm going to be playing Jonas tonight. And if Jonas knew everything that was going on, he'd be very upset. But at the moment, he's just looking forward to a regular old fashioned werewolf fun.
Dude, yes. And last but not least, the star of our intro, Ian.
Hi, I'm Ian. I'm the Michael of that song. And I just wish it would go away.
Never.
People are weird about who you kiss in games. So whatever. But I will be playing Riley Hartmore this evening. And altogether, Riley's confused. When they last left the group, it was ghosts and people dying, and then they got a cool snake and everything was cool for a couple hours, and now suddenly we're at a hospital that's run by not people. And Trina's being weird, but not weird, but kind of weird, but everybody's being weird, and there's a werewolf? What the hell's going on here?
So what I heard was that it went from ghost and people dying to ghost and people dying.
Yeah, but this time I'm confused about it.
Oh, okay.
It's like, what happened?
That's very fair. And you know what? To give you and Riley a little bit of closure on what happened, we'll do a small recap for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We had... It took 16 episodes, but our first actual murder, where the ghost you guys had been working with was able to take control of a werewolf. And instead of making what the ghost thought was a reasonable trade, you guys decided to side with the human, your contact at this Orpheus group. And she decided to take off running. Shortly after, with a slight bone protruding from her leg, you guys hurriedly took her to the hospital, but not before she was able to tell Trina that Trina's next of kin was written on a piece of paper was taken, and sort of putting Trina in a difficult spot, to say the least. Trina made a phone call to her family that is not been seen in quite some time, to make sure that no monsters make their way back. Making sure that there was forgiveness available for what she was about to do. And Trina went to the hospital and played the part of a nurse assisting in the surgery to help. But once Trina was able to get the patient back into the room, very quickly administered a lethal dose of morphine and quickly left. The rest of the group met up outside the hospital and tried to find Trina where she was located. They found her truck and tank, but unable to find her until she had exited the hospital as you guys were getting ready to leave. Riley was able to do a quick sweep of any sort of supernatural entities inside of the hospital and found a few of the supernatural kind. Um, but figuring that might be a issue for a different group or time, decided to everyone take their leave as they try to figure out what the next step was, because surely this werewolf ghost entity was not going to be dumb enough to open up a whole mess inside of Indianapolis. So you guys all got into your different cars and began to head off. And that is where we're picking up tonight's session. You guys can go ahead. If you guys had any sort of superficial willpower damage, you can go ahead and repair some of that.
Emphasis on superficial.
Exactly. It was, because there was someone who took some aggravated willpower damage, unfortunately. As well as any sort of superficial health damage. You can go ahead and take your stamina amount of health back as well. But I don't think that was the case for anyone in particular. But that is where we're picking up this evening. Where is it everyone would like to take this convoy to?
So we'd sort of mapped a trajectory that we think that our werewolf ghost friend Madison was headed off towards. Can we, like, I guess, Morgan, can you either figure out where she is now, or could we potentially predict where we might be able to go and start looking for her?
I mean, I could. It takes a little while.
And how long?
But I
I
can
think we've
start.
got like a 45-minute commute, right? So
Yeah, and I think that's about 45 to an hour of what it took the last time.
then I guess we're headed to
Yeah.
Indy until we have a better guess as to where we're going.
All right.
I think we're also trying to figure out how many cars we wanted to take.
All the cars.
Well, then you need to drive me back to your cabin, because that's where mine is right now.
All the cars that are here.
Are available. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I believe that is 4 cars?
Mine,
Trina's,
Rick's.
Bricks, and Morgan's. A convoy heading towards
Okay.
Indianapolis.
I think I Ubered.
I think you actually had used your new feature.
Oh, I used my new feature. That is
I
correct.
think that's what you said.
Yes. I told somebody, "Hey, bitch, come pick me up," and they were like, "I."
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Cool.
So you guys are heading off to Indy. Morgan, please go ahead and do your quick Google search to see if you can find this phone. DC is going to be 5 on this, friend.
I have to remember how many dice to roll.
$8 bajillion.
It is 8.
See? I was only off by like a bajillion.
Yeah, the bajillion part. I have 4, which is what I need. If I get more, would I get more information?
Yes, you would.
Okay, so willpower 3 then. Not the 3 that were successes. So that is 6.
Unfortunate that they were not the 3 that were successes, but nonetheless, with 6 successes overall, yeah, you're able to find a location of where the phone is currently pinging off one of the towers. But you will find that location once you guys have pretty much arrived inside of Indianapolis. Is there anything you guys would like to do as Morgan is multitasking?
I'm holding on to my information until we can get to a better spot to talk.
We don't want to talk openly on the phone about all the horrible things that are going on.
That just seems like a bad time. That seems like a really good way for people to go, oh, you know who would love this? Orpheus Group. We should call what's her face. And I don't like her, so like I don't want her peeking into
She's
our
a nice
shit.
lady.
She was mean to me and
Well-
other former ghouls.
She's gonna be out of commission for a while with that compound fracture, so you know.
I hope she like. I'm not wishing like death on anybody or nothing like that, but like, damn, she sucks.
Too soon. Too soon. Trina, go ahead and take another aggravated. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not in the car to hear it.
You're right. You're right. You guys
She
aren't using
sucks.
this over
Trina,
the
back me up.
speakerphone.
My goal is to accidentally kill Trina with emotional damage.
Emotional damage. See Stephen He pop up and throw his shoe on the floor.
Right at Trina's forehead. Man, if only.
If only.
Okay. So no one has any other preparations they would like to do while heading towards Indianapolis. Just want to confirm.
I might reach out to. Yeah, Riley is gonna reach out to their new contact to try to set up a car if need be, like have a car on standby, so that we can, if we need to move as one, we can do it that way.
And does that need to require a roll?
Let me double check. I think so.
I would just like to also let it be known that it is now official that Riley's just a paladin. They have Sense Undead and they have Summon Steed.
True.
Nice.
Manipulation, persuasion.
Old man sitting out in front of a barber shop just looks and goes, "That's the strangest damn paladin I've ever seen."
What in the fuck are paladins doing these days?
Now, what are paladins coming to? I swear.
What in the? Back in my day, we could tell if a paladin was a boy or a girl. Damn it!
It's okay, they're an Oathbreaker.
I was thinking Paladin of Freedom.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fair.
You know what? No, vengeance paladin. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Manipulation, persuasion. That's a number I was looking up. Sorry,
Mhm.
y'all are making me laugh too hard.
It's payback for the live show.
Bird. Can I not type?
Nope.
So that's 2, and I'll willpower on it to reroll the 2 misses.
Was your dice pool only 4 for that?
I thought it was higher when
Oh,
I took
come on.
it. Because it was persuasion, manipulation, or something in technology.
Mm,
Like information and technology. It's like. Okay, so that's 4 successes.
perfect.
On winning a test, difficulty 4, the hunter is able to provide a single vehicle available for public or commercial use, including boats and aircraft. Y'all want to go to Miami?
You the chopper.
Yeah. Just on the phone, just like, yeah. I mean, we might need a plane. I don't know.
Not going to need a plane as fast as you guys are speed running this.
Hey, do you still have a boat? Can we still use your dad's boat?
Yeah.
Sick. Thanks.
It's not really helpful in Indiana, but sure.
You never know.
You know what, Ian? You're right.
You don't.
Okay, cool. They will let you know that they will have a vehicle ready for you when you need.
I guess I'm I would like to reach out to sort of my network and share that there's somebody who seems like they might be more dangerous and up to trouble out tonight. So warn people to be careful and also to let them to reach out if they come across anything weird.
Understood. Brick or Trina, anything you guys would like to do?
Weep uncontrollably. I don't really know if that's
That's a free
gonna give me
action,
any
I'll allow it.
bonuses later. Okay, but
Nothing for me.
Okay. It's a very long drive. Quiet. Not really anything crazy on the roads at this time. But you guys make it towards Indianapolis. And Morgan, the phone looks like it's stopped for some, probably about the last like 4 or 5 minutes.
And how far away does it look from where I'm at?
Maybe another 5-10 minutes out.
Does it look like in the downtown area, outside of the area?
A little bit more of the suburbs of the area. Now you're looking at it, you sort of recognize where the location of this is. You had a very eventful evening in the basement at this location.
Yo.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
I'm assuming we had like a meeting spot because I'm not texting this to everybody. So whenever we meet up, that's when I would tell people.
Yeah, where would you guys like to meet up? Or you guys wanted to just sort of convoy somewhere?
I mean, Jonas's recommendation is now and will always be the center. So
I'll second the center.
Okay.
Morgan would agree to go there.
Perfect. You guys go ahead and head to the center. It is increases obviously the distance between you and the phone. But nonetheless it is a safe place for you guys to chit chat at.
So, are we close? Are we there?
You guys can be at the center for sure.
Okay, cool. In that case, so first and foremost, bad news on that hospital, y'all. I don't think we can go back. Or I don't know if we're comfortable going back. That place is. I took a quick scan and it just lit the fuck up. That is Leech Town population. A lot of them.
Well, I'm not surprised, but I'm also not planning on going back to the hospital.
Just, I don't know if that means they are super involved in like all of the hospitals. That wouldn't surprise me, but just, heads up. If somebody's got to go in for medical care, probably got a leech lurking somewhere. But anyway, that was my contribution to the evening. How's everybody else doing?
I'd really love it if we could get an interrupted night of sleep sometime in the next ever. But I have coffee in the office, so I'm gonna go and start making a pot if anybody's interested. I'm a little worried that we just left a very injured member of a group that investigates things like leeches in a place with so many leeches, it could be bad for her health.
Yeah.
Well, I
Or-
feel like it's too late.
Trina walks over to the restroom, goes inside.
I'm not planning on going back there. We're on a hunt for something else. So it's kind of a waste of time to go back and forth.
Valid.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Just
Same. Just-
I mean, we did her a favor, really. Let's be honest.
yeah, that's not wrong.
She has people.
Wouldn't it be like too obvious? She investigates leeches. She's in a place that we now know, and presumably other people know, is housing leeches, and then she just like dies. Like, isn't that a little obvious?
I've thought that things were obvious before, and it's remarkable how willing people are to not believe things in front of their faces because the reality is scary or doesn't match with their worldview.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I ended up getting a location from that phone.
Oh, great.
I'm assuming it's like about 20 minutes away now.
Correct.
We're about 20 minutes away from the last ping. I don't know if we want to head over there. It's actually a place we all know and don't love. The creepy house.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
I was thinking
Yes.
DMV.
That was my guess too, actually.
Yeah. We've got a bureaucrat werewolf, right? Like that's what we were all thinking.
I hate it here.
Been off the road for a while. Got to renew their license.
Yeah.
Um,
Everything sucks. I don't know what to declare as human or werewolf.
Both.
My impression of the wolf we're hunting.
it could have been a lot worse, honestly.
Yeah.
Rick, did you bring the flamethrower? If we're going back to that place,
No, we were loaded for werewolf, not scorpion things.
Can you set a werewolf on fire?
I mean, yes, I think.
Two birds.
I don't know if we know if it matters. Uh, they've seemed like they can handle regular bullets and the like without too much trouble. So, hence the special gear.
Ooh, we should have asked what's her face if she had tools to be dealing with werewolves if she was out chasing them.
I think let's let her slip.
I'm, I wasn't gonna like go wake her up. That just would have been the good idea. Would have been like, you got things to fight dogs, Michael Vick.
Wolf.
So, has Trina come back yet?
No.
Great, love that.
Rick, you and Trina have fought one of these things before. You mentioned that you'd like lured it out and kind of trapped the thing. How did that work?
I mean, that is putting a nice coat of paint on what actually happened. Yeah, we set a trap, and it. We figured out where its hunting ground was, and we set a trap for it, and then we thought we were just going to be able to easily take it down, but that was not the case. I did get lucky. We managed to just take it down with a bunch of silver bullets, but it was not. It was luck.
Okay. So we're going to do that again. How do we do it better this time?
further distance, more people shooting, some way to contain it. It was a lot faster and scarier than I anticipated. Trina had some really cool stuff though. She had some like silver dust. She had some pretty cool plans. I was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I've got a lot more experience with a 9mm than any kind of rifle, but we can make do. Maybe I can help with whatever Trina's got. She all right?
I haven't heard from her.
I could take a cup of coffee to her. Maybe she's just exhausted.
Yeah,
from a lot
that sounds
going on.
fair.
I would have had Tank wait outside the door with instructions not to let anyone in.
I would have 2 cups of coffee and I would like kind of knock on the door.
Give one to the dog.
Exactly. The
Exactly.
dog
Tank
nods.
needs it.
The dog nods, takes the coffee, and just starts chugging it.
Gives you a wink.
I never saw you.
You can hear what sounds like vomiting and like quiet crying on the other side of the door.
Rena, you okay in there? Can I come in?
No, honey, I'll be fine. Just give me a minute.
You need some like Tums or something?
No, that ain't gonna help.
Okay, I'll be out here. Just wait next to Tank.
Hank looks up at you like, what are you
Same.
gonna do?
It's
Nothing.
crazy, right? I just work here.
So I haven't gotten to see much of Trina's behavior, but is there a role that I could make to try to say, like, I recognize that kind of behavior from his time with police?
Go ahead and roll wits and insight, but it will be versus Trina. You can go ahead and roll manipulation and sorry, I'm getting the website closed. I'm sorry. Hold on. So sorry.
Fired.
How dare you? Panic, stress.
Exactly. Legit. I will allow performance or subterfuge.
Okay. So 2.
Okay. Would you like to willpower?
Negative.
Okay. Jonas, you're able to tell that Trina is fighting with a lot of personal demons at this point. Something has wrecked her to her core. What exactly, you're not sure, but you definitely have recognized that she is definitely not okay.
So the story Jonas has been telling himself so far is Trina is beating herself up as she took herself away from her personal life, protect people that were important to her. Now they're in. Would that line up with this?
It could be absolutely the stress of now knowing that the people that she fought so hard and had like more or less just left alone is now brought into the fray could definitely be something like this, and just stress and anxiety building up.
Okay. So I think he'd give Trina a minute or two after Morgan went over there. If Trina doesn't come out, look to the group and say, "We might need to figure this one out."
Is that possible?
I don't know, but
All right, what do we need?
you need a way to trap something that I'm pretty sure could rip its way through most construction materials walls with its bare hands, and that can outrun a truck unless it's on the highway.
You'd probably lift the truck and yeah, absolutely rip you in half.
So like a shipping container?
Yeah, that would do it, probably. If you could lock it in the shipping container, you'd at least get long enough to line up your shots for when it busted its way out.
Where are we gonna?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I think we're on the same track there. Anybody know somebody with a shipping container?
I mean, I know where they are. I don't know how to get them to where we want them.
I mean, how? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could get through. See, right? They kind of like looks like they're doing like head math, just like that. Yeah. I could probably yeah, I could probably like jimmy a lock on a shipping container. They can't be that bad, right? Like we just like take one.
I mean, some of them are. Some of them are moving around like luxury vehicles, but not all of them.
Yeah, so we go get one that's full of like not luxury vehicles. And then all I'm saying is this sounds like a really good way to kind of keep saying two birds tonight, but catch a werewolf and maybe line our pockets a little bit in the process. No, like whatever it is, like think of it like a tip, right?
Who would pay us?
People for the stuff in the container.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about selling the werewolf.
I mean, if we could find somebody to pay, we could probably sell the werewolf, but I feel like that would probably include selling to Orpheus Group, and I kind of don't want to do that because that sounds awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we're gonna do it, yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Okay, so let's aim for an empty container so that we don't have to worry about the theft or moving full thing. I still don't know how we get it, and I don't know how we would get our quarry to anywhere where.
Bait?
Faster than us.
And I don't think we can just put like a big wheel of cheese in there count on it to be cooperative.
Maybe not a big wheel of cheese. Maybe like a side of beef. I don't know. I'm
All right.
coming up with crime answers where it's like we need to steal a side of beef and I'll go break into a shipping container, we'll put it in there and
I mean, we can
then-
buy a side of beef, but I'm also coming up with illegal, which is would be a much more mobile version of the shipping container idea as an armored car or a prisoner transport.
Oh,
Both of which are very, very dangerous to steal. Just to
Yeah.
make that abundantly clear.
oh yeah, no. Why didn't we start there? I can do that.
I don't want to steal either of those things.
You are not going to be the one stealing any of those things, and it will not come back to us.
I don't want to be an accessory to stealing either of those things.
Then just don't ask questions.
Trina finally comes out of the bathroom. Her eyes are super puffy.
Hey Trina, they're talking about stealing an armored car.
Yeah, we've our plans haven't improved much.
Not
Are you trying to
stealing.
get yourself killed?
No, it's not stealing. It's
No. Okay. Have you ever planned a bank heist before?
no, but
Okay,
I-
so armored cars aren't just like hanging out in Kmart parking lot. You know that, right?
yeah, and
So you have to steal it from guys with guns who are locked inside of it.
uh-huh.
Okay, genius, what's the plan?
The great thing is, every time I'm like, oh yeah, we could do this, somebody's like, but this, it's like, but I know a guy.
You know a guy who's just got an armored car laying around.
I know a guy who owes me a favor with access to things like this. I'm trying to put this under fleet the best I can in game, Bruce. I'm sorry.
I picked up what you were putting down.
Like-
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Like,
okay,
this
wait,
is
wait,
really
wait. Now,
make or break for Riley, right? If Riley can pull this off, it's like, oh shit.
now hold on. So if I'm tracking your logic, have you ever been inside of an armored car?
No.
Okay, so there's one way in and one way out.
Uh-huh.
So
makes
if we're baiting a werewolf into it, I guess the person who's baiting it's food.
Well, that's where the side of beef comes in. You weren't here for the side of beef conversation.
Okay, so what you need to understand is right now the werewolf is not an animal. It is being controlled by a ghost who has all of its faculties and all of the capabilities of a deadly, giant, hairy, man-eating monster. So throwing a side of beef in the back of a armored car and be like, here you go, Fido, jump on in and get it, ain't gonna cut it, okay?
I feel that. I didn't know that part. I thought we were just dealing with a
Why
just
are
a
we-
werewolf.
What? Wait,
Oh.
okay. How did we go from killing monsters and vampires to hunting a werewolf now?
We figured that's what you wanted to do.
No, I think we just let it do what it's gonna do. She's in control, right? She's in the chair. She's gonna go eat this vampire's fucking heart. We just let her do it. We stay the fuck out of the way. We mop up after.
Yes,
What?
Lake Tahoe.
I could be wrong. The impression that we got was that this thing was in possession of knowledge that you don't want to have, that you don't want anyone.
Right, but right now, the person in the driver's seat has one goal. That's why I say we mop up after. Once she does what she needs to do, gets her vengeance, and passes on to the next realm or what have you, then we're there. We're there to take care of the werewolf and put it down to make sure the information it's in possession of, it doesn't have an opportunity to use.
So we're just following this werewolf around until she gets what she wants.
Okay, so what exactly do we think we're going to do? We're where is it anyways?
The creepy house, 20
Okay,
minutes away.
so even better. So we're
Yeah.
going to go in the house where the vampire is,
Nobody's saying we're going in.
two of its crabby monsters, and a giant bloodthirsty killing machine. and we've got a couple pistols with some silver bullets. I think we stand a real good chance of being successful, y'all.
No.
Point of order.
Everything about this started with we need something that we can hold this thing in, knowing that it can rip most construction up.
Okay, so in order to bait it out from underneath the house, how do we do that?
Haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, this.
Okay, so
welcome to the conversation, Trina.
I feel like y'all are putting the cart before the horse.
No, plan has a bunch of facets that need to be solved, and only solve one of them at a time. If you've got an idea as to how to get it out of there, then maybe we can check that off the list.
Like I said, I think we just let it do what it's gone in there to do. It obviously returned to its home for a reason. It wants revenge. It's what it's always wanted.
Also, how is this different? We're not. No, I don't think this is going to be a conversation worth having right now. Okay.
It's really not.
Everybody understand what I'm getting at? Kind of. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'll drop it.
Not now.
I'm-
All right. So am I calling a guy? Am I not? Do we want an armored car?
What are we going after is the real question.
Well, I thought, I don't know what Jonas was saying. I thought it was just because the werewolf had the information that she was not happy about.
we do need to stop the leech, and that seems to be something that Madison was invested in as well. I don't like Madison's methods. Madison's going to cause a lot of collateral damage, but she does want the same thing we do.
If I have opinions, I just don't know how to put words to those opinions.
Well, I think those opinions need to come out later, maybe.
I don't
right
know.
now-
It pertains to what Jonas is
Now?
saying.
Oh, okay.
It pertains to what Jonas is saying. I'm not picking fights.
And just say the opinions. Or
No,
Gonna whisper.
I'm trying to find the right words here. I mean, we want to stay alive. So I'm big old check mark in the let's not die over this column. I like that. I don't necessarily like the passive role in it. That feels like we're kind of shrugging off the obligation of knowledge a little bit, if that makes sense. Feels like we're looking at it and going, that's a problem for tomorrow us. But you get what I'm saying in that regard, I hope. But like I don't want to go toe to toe with this thing, but I feel like we have to, but I don't want to. I don't think any of us do, but are we obligated to? Like, is this the morally right answer? Am I thinking about this wrong?
I don't know if there's a right or a wrong right now on this.
Getting rid of the leech seems pretty right. I can't imagine anything that did what it did to you or to Madison or to the Mostros having a benefit to society in any way.
Right. I mean, I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, our choice right now. Are we morally obligated? I mean, we're here to help people, but not necessarily at the cost of our own lives.
Definitely not at the cost of our own lives.
And I think that's what Trina was getting at, and what Brick just said. So, Trina, what would you want to do then?
You've been tracking it with the phone. We keep doing that if we can. Underground, I know that's going to be dicey. But we keep monitoring it. We let it do its thing. Because I also want to point out that it's dark as fuck outside right now, y'all. And we're talking about the idea of going toe to toe with a leech in the middle of the night. That seems like a recipe for a quick way to get dead.
And I think you're making a lot of assumptions. Basically, all of us would prefer to go to sleep before we fight against it. And we want to do it where visibility's on our side.
Well, what I guess I'm getting at is it seems like everybody's all in a heckfire rush to go charging in to kill this werewolf.
Nope, we're just
Okay,
all here.
So
we might as well talk about our options.
Here's the thing. It's going in, whether we like it or not. None of us feels like following it in there because it's the middle of the night and God knows what we're going to run into, right? So I'm all good for making a plan for when it resurfaces, but I have no desire to go down there and face all of those challenges. Because like I said, I'm not in a hurry to end up dead. So we keep tracking it. Maybe it's successful. Maybe it's not. Maybe the vampire tears the werewolf limb from limb. Whatever. Problem solved, right? Dead vampire. The werewolf succeeds. Dead leech. And we just keep track of the werewolf, take it out afterwards. I don't think we're going to have a lot of luck. These things are hunters by nature. It's in everything they do. Trying to lure one into a trap is going to be folly. We tried that. Didn't work out so hot for us. We got damn lucky. And we're not dealing with a wealth of time. How many people here have a shit ton of silver hanging around that we can use to trap it, capture it, kill it? I mean, we've got some rifle rounds, some pistol rounds, and silver. When those are done, we miss every single shot. We're all fucking dead before we can count to 3.
I mean, if you have know of people that have silver laying around, or you do, I could make some.
That's the problem. Is anybody here independently wealthy that we're unaware of?
I mean, I'm sure there's something around.
Well, I mean, unless we're going to have some B&E action going on, I look at...
I mean,
silver's not that expensive.
Well, when you buy a lot of it, it is.
pawn shops exist.
Yeah, and pawn shops rip you the fuck off.
Well, I mean, like, in a pinch, we could just be like, hey, in a pinch, pawn shops get robbed regularly.
So let me get this straight. Rather than die at the hands of a werewolf like a hero, you want to get shot in the face by some pawn shop owner because you're trying to rob him of some shit that isn't even real silver.
Putting options out.
I'm just saying most of the shit you're going to find behind the counter there is plated, not even the real deal.
Fair.
That's why they buy it and sell it so goddamn cheap.
So
I'm just saying we went around this trying to locate silver, source silver, to create silver bullets, and we got enough to make what y'all see. That's it.
do you think you could reach out to Orpheus Group that way? Maybe they can.
The only contact I have is in the hospital right now. And they just lost, 6 agents to the werewolf? They just got shredded. Absolutely shredded. That thing already has silver in its system. I don't know if they made it more tolerant to silver by constantly subjecting it to it, but it's running around with silver already operating inside its fucking veins. So I really don't know how much good silver's even going to be to us, honestly. I'm sure it'll still be effective, but I don't think it's going to be like on the last one we shot.
So, Trina, do we let it go?
No, I can't let it go. We can't. If it's alive and it's got that information, it's out there, and my family's in danger.
Right.
I mean, I already had to call him. I haven't talked to him in 2 fucking years. And I already called them and told them they need to get the hell out of the house and get hidden.
The best time to strike then would probably be while it's ripping the leech to shreds, so we can wait for it to finish the thing, get with the ghost inside of the dog and be like, all right, hold the fuck still, and give ourselves the best possible chance for that. Or we can all just be standing at the top of the stairs when it decides to come up from the flesh pit, and then we just unload it into that way, multiple guns and a flamethrower.
Last we were at the house, the leech wasn't. And if we're going to take this thing down, we've got homework. Either of these things.
Just don't want to see us miss the opportune window. But I understand.
Riley, my gut tells me that the middle of the night's never an opportune window to fight a leech.
And in a rush is not the best time to fight either of these things. They're asleep and they're in.
Now, I'm assuming that the werewolf's going to have to turn back to human, at least to pass during the day, which gives us a little bit of an advantage if we can keep track of it. Because while they're fast as humans, they're not near as dangerous as they are when they're animals. But that also puts us in a position where we might be gunning some poor schlub down on the street in broad daylight, which brings its own level of problems. Now, like, to Josh, to the best of my knowledge, just from Mehmet's information, werewolves kind of abide by a similar sort of creed as vampires. Like, they try their best not to draw attention to themselves, try to not, go ape shit in public, just because that would attract the attention of not maybe a similar agency like the Second Inquisition, who would come to just, eradicate their species.
Go ahead and make a intelligence plus occult for me. DC's only 3 on this.
Go ahead and burn a willpower.
Use it.
I have to. Okay, so that gives me 3 successes.
Perfect. You're not 100% certain, obviously, because you don't know their organization as a whole, right? But it would make sense for it, especially from the information that you got from Kate about how vampires work and how they all sort of make sure they keep everything hidden. It would make sense that werewolves probably do in some capacity. Maybe not as extreme, but in some capacity probably do. It would be your best guess.
So yeah, I would think they likely have some sort of creed, at least not to, go full monster in broad daylight if they can help it, because that draws attention. We're in the world of the cell phone. People catch it on film, put it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. It spreads like wildfire. So I'm assuming for the safety of their species, they're probably going to avoid that sort of stuff in broad daylight in front of large crowds unless absolutely necessary.
Does our ghost friend care?
If she wants to keep the body, she'll care. If that's her end game, I don't know. She seemed to enjoy it from the way she was talking.
I guess if it was me, being able to kill the monster and warn the world that monsters exist would be a good end game.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know. Like I said, the way she was talking at the cabin, she seemed to really like the feel of that body.
I hear you.
And if revenge doesn't tip her over the line to let her move on, she's going to want to host. And what better one than one that's 9 feet tall with claws that can cut through the side of a car?
Yeah, we've been sort of split on how we feel about the Madison issue. I would say if revenge doesn't cause her to tip over, I'm in favor of putting her on our list.
That's the problem, though. Even the fucking Orpheus group, who spent decades studying these fucking things, the best we could do is see if they could cage her back up. But I mean, God forbid she gets out again. Because it seems like their only solution is either they move on or they put them in a spiritual jail cell.
List? What list are we talking about?
Yeah, the list of things we need to kill to make the world a better
Oh,
place.
okay. That list. I wasn't sure if we were doing like a best friends list or like a.
Yeah, no. I wasn't talking about a Christmas card list.
Okay, just making sure.
My understanding of these things is that there's purpose and object. Keep, or maybe it's a place, but we can make her pass on.
Do you still have the ring?
Yeah, I don't know if that's it, but
I mean, it allowed me to bring her along outside of the facility. She gave it to me personally as a way to take her with me.
okay. Well, he's going to take it out and put it on his desk and say, that's not something I'm going to do by myself, but it's good to know it's an option.
You're right. We do need to do some research. Why don't we get some sleep? We ain't gonna be able to do much tonight. And we dig into this and see if maybe there's some sort of way we can draw her back with the ring.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
way, if she doesn't want to leave the wolf, then we can make her, and then we can put the wolf down.
Yeah, that makes sense. Does everybody have a place to sleep? I think that Bricks might have just gotten pretty frigging pissed.
Sorry, Brick.
If you've got any rooms to spare, rather than driving back to my shitty little hole on the other side of town, I'll happily coop up here.
I want to go home. I don't want to leave. Well, I don't want to leave the snake alone for too long.
Also, note that used to be Madison's home, so there's a chance she might go back there. It was Madison's before it was Caden's.
Also,
That's a good
Scorpion
point.
Kings can pop out at any time. So
So maybe
That's
I'm just gonna go home and get the snake and come back.
How much like connection and bonding have you done with this snake?
I'm gonna pull out my phone and start showing you pictures.
Okay, you took 500 selfies. That doesn't answer my question. How much bonding have you done with this snake? You've had it
And
for
Jonas,
like 14 hours, so
Jonas is definitely going to look at the pictures to try to find out how big a snake we're talking about here.
We're talking like we're talking like I went to PetSmart, or not even I went to like PetSmart and bought like a corn steak.
Okay.
like
It's
Burmese
Riley,
python, you know.
as much as Riley wants like a ball python, like nah,
Like, no.
that's a lot of responsibility.
Look,
You gotta
it's
feed it
Riley.
rats.
So my range for how big a snake Riley got went from actually that's an earthworm to a boa constrictor. So
I mean, we thought about like the guy at the place was real convincing. I'm not gonna lie to you, but no, it's just a little corn snake. Name's Gerald.
Gerald, the corn
Yeah.
snake.
Gerald the corn snake.
Sounds
Do you have a better name for a corn snake?
On that note, I'm gonna go to sleep. So, it's been a rough night.
Think about Douglas. Yeah, I'm gonna make a trip back to the house just to pick up Gerald
Heard.
and maybe like some clothes and stuff. Kind of just pack a quick duffel bag.
Go bag plus snake. I got it.
Go bag plus snake.
You go inside, there's Monstros playing Monopoly. Like, what the fuck?
You go.
I play Monopoly and I'm just like, oh, hey guys, I'm just here for the snake. And they're like, oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool, man.
It's cool.
Hey, would you grab me a beer from the fridge?
Oh, bet. If anybody asks, we did not see each other.
Cool.
Ignore the heart in the microwave.
Oh, is that
that was-
yours?
Yeah, I was just warming some stuff up, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, bet.
Leftovers.
Hey, if you're gonna set something on fire, don't make it look like arson because I do have renter's insurance and I would like to cash that out if possible.
Heard.
Got you.
I hate us sometimes.
I love us always.
That's fair.
Jonas is going to go get blankets and sheets for everybody and is going to try to find a moment with just Trina around to be like, hey, are you okay?
I'm a long fucking way from okay, if I'm being honest, Jonas.
Yeah. That comes in kind of a range. And at some levels of it, you're dangerous to yourself than helpful. Not to be blunt about it, but you need to take a break. You need to talk to someone.
I've got a friend I can call.
All right, I'm going to trust your judgment here, but
I just want to get this. I just need to get this knitted up. It's
Yeah.
this whole thing is an interconnected mess. Everything overlaps, and it just seems like a scab we keep picking at, and we just keep hurting ourselves more and more every time we do. So,
Okay.
I just
I'm going
need
to trust you on this, but pick someone you can talk to. And
yeah, like I said, I got a friend I can call. She does that kind of stuff professional. So,
good. All right. Have a good night, Trina. Sleep well.
you too. Come on, Tay.
Brick, are you staying at the center as well?
Yeah. Not thrilled. Not thrilled about it.
It's fair.
It's been a really long day. My cabin's been compromised. We have added yet another monster or two to our list.
Morgan, are you also going to stay at the center, or are you heading home?
I would say.
Wonderful. You guys are able to go ahead and get your things, get prepped, and go to bed. For most of you, it's a relatively easy night of sleep. Trina,
Yo,
you are heavily asleep, and it looks like you are what it looks like an endless hallway of a hospital. You hear the sound of busy work sort of filling, almost making white noise of it. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna look around and see if any of the doors, like the numbers outside the rooms, are familiar. I'm sure you know which one I'm looking for.
You see two that are familiar to you. One is the patient of the name that you had used as more or less bait for the information. And the second one was indeed Kate's room number. And they're sort of side by side to each other.
I'll kind of approach the curtain with some trepidation and take a deep breath and pull the curtain back.
You see Kate laying in bed, chest rising and falling, seeming to be sleeping.
I'll walk up and kind of put my hand on her back of her hand. Sorry, girl.
For what? She sort of opens her eyes and looks at you.
For the things this world makes us do.
Yeah. Please go ahead and roll for me. Resolve plus composure. No DC, so the more the hits, the better. But obviously, you don't have to burn willpower if you don't want to.
3.
Okay. In the dream, almost without even realizing it, you sort of happen to look down and you see there's a couple of drops on the bed sheets underneath your face. And you realize now that you're just straight, like streams of tears running down the sides of your face. I'm at peace, you know.
No.
She sort of smirks and turns her hand over and like firmly grasps yours. It's cold. What you did was a lot kinder than what I did to my husband.
What'd you have to do? If you want to talk about it.
Let's just say that I'm really good with a shotgun.
Oh. I'm so sorry, honey.
And behind you, you hear the sounds of almost like curtains are moving behind you, but you're unable to turn and look what's behind you. I'm sorry too. You gave up something that was important to you. And I tried. I let people die for that information.
I know you did. And I'm sorry I had to kill you to keep it safe.
I know you're not well, Trina. I can see it. It's like a light that's been tarnished.
I feel it too. I've never killed anybody before. Not a person, you know? I mean, you did something to me, but it's not something that warranted killing. Otherwise, I would have shot you when I had the chance. But she has me in a bad way. She wanted you gone. I was the tool she chose to make that happen. I'll never be sorry enough.
The rustling behind you gets louder and louder. I need you to go ahead and roll another composure plus willpower, please, with one less die.
Okay. 2 successes.
The white noise from the hallway is sort of erupting louder and louder. It's not like it's becoming more chaotic, but becoming less of white noise and more of someone who's not used to the hospital and the fast motions of the emergency room. You've been given a great gift, not only in your abilities and your knowledge, but the people around you. And yes, they come from different walks and different lifestyles. But just like you, they had to do what they were told to do. They were a tool. Each one of them is a tool.
I get it. I do. And I'm sure I've probably done with this one thing way worse than they've ever done.
I don't know.
Put in a good word for me.
Honey, where I'm going, I don't think there's a good word for you.
You think you're going there?
Australia's looking real nice this time of year is all I'm saying. I'm just saying the work we did, I didn't kill people, but I let people die. All in the name of science. Even if it was for the greater good, one does not outweigh the other.
Before I killed you, did you come to that realization, or was it only after death?
It's always one of those things that are in the back of your mind. You know it's not okay, but you justify it.
Yeah.
The sounds behind you sort of go back to a more calm level. You feel now the curtain that you walked through moving to a point where it's like brushing up against your back, but you're still unable to physically turn around and look.
I want you to have something. She reaches into her pocket and fishes out a coin. It's old, probably from the early 1900s. It's my lucky charm. My daughter gave me this. She found it in a park. It's always brought me luck. So maybe as you move on, a little recognition of the bad things that we've done, a little bit of luck, maybe this will get you in the right place.
Maybe. sort of holds on to it. Jonas, Brick, both of you hear loud screaming coming from Trina's room.
Well, I'm in there.
Yeah, I think that Jonas would go as well.
You guys open the door and you see Tank standing next to Trina, trying to lick her awake. But Trina's just out. You see her tossing and turning a little bit, but definitely having an extreme night terror. Trina,
Hmm.
as you are in the process of handing your token over, you immediately feel the curtain thrown open, something reach around and grab your shoulder and turn you around physically. And right in your face is this werewolf yelling, "Trina, wake up!" And you're shoot awake.
Oh dear God. The hell y'all doing in here?
I guess was the Trina wake up, Brick?
Doesn't look like, no, she just shot up.
Holy
Yep.
shit!
Yeah, for real. You okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. She says, like completely covered in sweat.
Yeah, because you're screaming and you look like you were fighting or something.
Oh. Wasn't even that unpleasant of a dream. Till the end.
I'm gonna call bullshit on.
Okay, you were yelling and sweating. Hank was trying to wake you up. I guess what were we talking about before we all went to bed last night?
All the stuff that we need to accomplish. Monsters we need to destroy. How we're going to do it.
And you know where you are?
Yeah, we're in the center. You can't mistake these lumpy ass beds.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You can't. And you think that's unpleasant, wait till you try. But you're here, so that's good. Whew. Uh, Thinking about what would be right next steps to take, and I think that Jonas is going to say, "I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get you some water."
Hey, Rick, close the door real quick.
Yeah.
Come over here and sit down.
All right.
I gotta tell somebody.
You sure?
If you don't want to bear the burden, say so now. Because it's a lot.
No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But is this like we should grab a beer a lot? Oh crap. There's probably not beers sitting around this place, is there?
You know what, Brick? Just don't worry about it.
No.
It's
let's
okay. No.
hit me.
It's not the time, not the place. I'm out of line for even bringing it up. I'm sorry.
No. It's
Later, when everything's wrapped up and we can deal with it. You know what I mean?
no, if you need to get something off your chest, go ahead.
She kind of gets up and walks over the door and looks out and makes sure Jonas isn't like in the hall.
He's going to take his time.
Okay. I did something I'm not proud of it. And it's probably going to change the way you look and think about me. And that's fair. And I can't stop you from telling anybody else after I tell you. I'm telling you because I trust you. We've worked together long enough, and I don't want it to be something that puts you in jeopardy because I'm acting erratically. I wasn't just hanging around the hospital yesterday. I was there for a reason.
Okay.
We don't have to worry about anybody talking to Kate because I made sure she didn't make it through her surgery.
Rick's taking some time to process that. Okay. Uh, why?
Whatever Madison is, whatever she's become, I don't know how time works in the place that they had her stored up, but she was stored in there with some real monsters, and I think that changed who she is. Uh, she's dangerous, vindictive, cunning. The list was in the hand of the werewolf. She called me and basically told me that once she kind of finished things, if I didn't take care of Kate, which is the only thing that kind of kept that werewolf psyche tethered to this plane of existence and fighting for control of its body, then once she was done here, she was going to go looking for my family. And she had the names and addresses right there in her hand.
Now, you're so the ghost was
Mhm.
threatening to go kill your family, not just the werewolf, the ghost.
Correct. The ghost has control of the werewolf, but the werewolf was fighting her for it. It wanted to resume control of its body, as any of us would. And so she saw inside its mind that Kate still living was the thing that was keeping it fighting. So with Kate's death, it guaranteed she'd have control as long as she wanted it. And the trade off was that if I didn't do it, she'd pay a visit to my family.
And you decided to handle this without talking to anybody?
Look, I was not in a place where I was ready to talk to anyone. I almost shot her in the fucking head right there in the middle of your cabin.
Well, thanks for not doing that.
And she fucking promised me. She promised me. I didn't want to give her the fucking information, but she convinced me that she could keep it safe and that only she would know about it. And if everything went fine, she'd destroy it. And she didn't. Instead, she brought it to your goddamn doorstep where the enemy that had come looking for me and Morgan was right there. And she snatched it right out of her hand. And it put me in a really bad position because if I had told you I was planning this, would you help me?
I mean, Trina, what I'm hearing is that Murderous Ghost just used you as a hitman, and you've now confirmed for her that you will do whatever she says as long as she's got this power over you. So, no, I would have said we should get rid of the ghost because we're going to have to do that anyway. And now you've killed our best ally.
It was done clean.
I mean, granted, she really screwed up, and I'd have been pissed too. But clean or not, I mean, she had the resources of the Orpheus group.
We're still good with the Orpheus group.
Are we?
Yeah.
Well, who's our contact? Are they who do we work with there other than
We walk in like we don't know any different than they do. As far as they're concerned, if what Riley said is true, chances are her death's going to be written up as a medical complication post surgery. A vampire running a hospital sure as hell don't want an investigation for a massive overdose. So he'll sweep it under the rug, which means the Orpheus group won't have any reason to not trust us and want to continue working with us. They just lost a shitload of assets. I know
I
I'm
mean, they just lost a
justifying right
shitload of
now.
assets at my house, and we're the last ones to see her alive. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
but
right. I'm sure you did it clean.
as far as security checks going to show, y'all were the ones who delivered her to the hospital. Her surgery went fine. It was when she was in the surgical intensive care unit. She would have experienced, I just write it off as an embolism, very common in those really difficult surgeries. Her leg was, I mean,
Yeah,
it was bad.
I saw. So,
While I was in the operating room, I saw the surgeon working on it. I mean, it was a long surgery, and she barely survived. But like I said, I think the leech that runs that place, not gonna want anybody looking into it.
I'm
Autopsy
not
will be
worried about
done
whether
in
we're
the
going to get away
hospital.
with it, Trina.
No,
I know you're going to get away with it.
I'm just saying that the Orpheus group doesn't have any reason not to trust us. That's what I'm saying. We still have that as an ally. We can still use that contact.
Maybe. I mean, like I said, we don't know anybody else there really.
They're gonna be looking for all the help they can get. They just got her big old black eye. I'm
I mean,
I'm
it's not
not.
like I've never killed people, so you know.
Yeah, but you probably had a good reason. War. It's different.
I mean, but there's no beer, so we're not going to get into good bad reasons to kill people. That is just that's too much for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd prefer we just kill monsters though, if I have a choice.
Yeah, no, I don't. I didn't want to kill her.
All right.
And I almost didn't. Almost walked away from it. But I justified it to myself. Told myself God would forgive me for it. So guess I'll find out if that's true when I meet my maker.
So look, just no more going solo, okay?
I had no intention of going solo that night. I just had to get the fuck away. I had to get away from her. And it reached out. And it knew that it could manipulate me in that moment. And it took full advantage.
Yeah, it seems like she's quickly becoming problem number one.
Hopefully she'll solve problems 2 and 3. And then we can take care of her.
The way things have been going, that's just going to unearth problems 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. I don't know what the fuck ever made me think I was cut out for this shit.
We were doing it one at a time with a lot of planning.
Well, no plan survives first contact with the enemy, right?
I feel like yours used to.
With a lot of luck.
Roughly about this time where Trina, your alarm on your phone just sort of begins to go off as your normal time to wake up.
I'll reach over and wait. I don't have my phone.
Sure don't. Brick.
Who the hell gets up this early?
Me.
Right, let's trade back.
I don't have mine.
Oh, right. I don't have yours either. Sorry, forgot that. Okay, yeah. Wah, wah.
Well, it is 5:30 in the morning, so
Yeah, and this is the second night that our sleep has been interrupted by
the
loud
second
noises.
time tonight.
I think it's a different. I don't even know.
It's the same night, my friend.
No, is it really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it is. It's been a hell of a night. That's all I'm saying.
all right. Well, let's go find out what the shelter serves for breakfast. I'm sure it's wonderful.
Spam and eggs.
As long as there's
Jonas is going to knock on the
right?
door.
Come in.
Hey, he's going to hand Trina a water bottle, hand Brick a water bottle. Say, sorry, got hung up. Somebody else up.
Trina's gonna check the seal, kind of feel around the bottom, make sure that there's no small minor puncture wounds.
Yeah, so you seem like you're doing good.
Still sealed.
Yeah,
No puncture wounds.
no puncture.
I like it.
Wow.
She still trades with Brick.
Exactly.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes.
I was gonna offer walk you through a couple breathing exercises, things to help you keep calm. But I heard an alarm as I was coming down.
Yeah, time to get up. I figure I could help you scrape together breakfast for the people who live around here. Earn my keep.
If you want,
I need to
it's
do something. Keep myself busy.
not hard. It's oatmeal, dried fruit, and nuts. It's stuff that we can get calories, vitamins, and protein to people on a budget. So
Okay.
we do like pancakes and bacon on the weekends, but we'll see if we get that far.
I got a friend who lives on a cooperative. Maybe I can work something out. Get y'all some eggs in here every once in a while.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go cook. Rick, you
Rick?
can take the day off if you're willing to trust us with that.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely willing to trust you with it, but I think I'm probably awake, so might help.
All right.
Brick and Trina.
Mhm.
Let me rephrase. Brick, you get a cool new flaw here.
Awesome.
Infamous partner.
That sounds right.
And Trina, you get a cool flaw called Dark Secret.
Just to be clear, is my infamous partner Riley or Trina? 'Cause
Trina.
it's for both.
Hey. No, that's a good question.
That
Is
depends
that
if
a
you
1 point flaw?
It is both of those are 1 point flaws.
Okay.
That depends if you consider Riley to be a spouse, lover, and or significant individual to you.
They're not that close yet, even though
Exactly.
Brick is their uncle.
That's true.
I had to break my headphones.
Yeah, no, I definitely thought about pointing out how different that conversation would have gone if it was Riley confessing to murder to Trina and not Trina confessing murder to Brick.
Does it smell like double standards in here?
Oh, hell yeah.
Double standards for
Have you met
sure.
Trina?
Always double standards.
Is it? Oh no, we should
Do as
let
I
the
say,
monster kill the
not as I
monster.
do, okay?
We should let the monster kill the monster. I'd like to direct everybody back to like 10 episodes ago when Riley was like, "Hey, why don't we just tell the vampires that these things exist and let them work themselves out?" And Trina was like, "Absolutely fucking not. That's a dumb idea, and you're gonna die."
Everybody comes with a context, and I think we've all grown a lot since then.
Thanks, Dad.
No, I don't think we've grown at all because I think Trina would say the exact same thing today to Riley with that plan.
Oh, for sure. I gotta pretend like things still the same.
Same plan, different presenter.
Exactly. It's how you present it. It wasn't.
It's
it was
how
a
you
bad
present
plan.
it, yeah.
It wasn't that it was a bad plan. It was just how it was presented was the bad.
I think
part.
any plan that comes from like a cocaine addict is never like just vibes good. It's just
It's not like I'm out here saying, let's find empty houses and steal all the copper. Then the vampires will have no idea what to do. We'll be fucking
No.
rich.
that's meth heads, dude. Meth heads steal copper.
You don't know what Riley's about or has been about.
To be fair, though, the comparison was let's find occupied pawn shops and steal all the silver.
Oh no.
Sorry
Silver
that
on
I'm
eBay,
presenting
guys. It's
options.
not that hard to get.
Oh no.
Sorry that somebody wants to find solutions and somebody just wants to poke holes in problems.
I would love to poke holes in problems with silver bullets.
You know what I'm
Great.
saying. Shut up.
Awesome.
All right. So we have the Three Stooges heading towards the kitchen.
Haha, you're stooges.
What's the lizard lady and the drug addict doing?
Drugs, probably.
Probably.
It's 5:30. Sleeping.
Sleeping, hopefully. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's no reason for me to get up.
I love that for you.
Oh boy, 5:30 a.m. Time for the mandatory addiction wake up call. I love this for me.
Is the answer also still sleeping for Riley?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Um,
Yeah, we're not like a rehab center. I don't think that we do that kind of stuff. We put you in touch with those people.
exactly.
Not a live-in methadone clinic.
No, it's also our safe house.
I'm only moderately doing drugs in here then. Honest question.
Okay. Then it is a nice, calm, uneventful, morning for those of you cooking breakfasts and serving back to your community. Jonas, as you're serving breakfasts, a couple of your contacts happen to come by and just sort of like quietly let you know that nothing has been out of the ordinary or has really piqued any sort of interest in any sort of capacity like that. Everything seems to be business as usual, honestly.
Cool. He'll just do his best to keep up with the people there, and just trying to keep track of names and faces, people's stories, and just doing his day job.
Okay. Between Morgan and Riley, which one of you wake up first?
It's a good question.
I'd probably say Morgan would sleep till like 9.
Oh, then Morgan wakes up first.
Morgan, it's roughly about 9 before you sort of wake up on your own. Still not quite used to it, as the blankets sort of, not necessarily stick is the right word, but they sort of hook on a little bit to the exposed skin as you sort of move the blanket out.
Yeah, I'd probably just get up, put on my turtleneck. I'm self-conscious now, and head to the cafeteria area.
Okay. You see Trina, Brick, and Jonas doing different sort of things. Mostly Brick and Trina sort of serving food and making small conversation with the people that are going through the line. And you see Jonas off the line and more of chit-chatting with people, sitting down and checking in on them.
I'd go by Brick and Trina just hey, what's going on this morning? Are you guys serving breakfast?
Just give him back, honey. Would you like some? I've got a
Yeah,
fine array of oatmeal and dried fruits and nuts.
sure.
We
Why
even
not?
have tepid coffee.
I'll take coffee. Yeah.
I ladle out some, oatmeal into a bowl, put it on the tray, and slide it down to Brick for him to rest everything up.
So it's now canon that the coffee is like just barely above room temperature.
Exactly.
It's one of those old, like 100 cups, but like the thermal,
Yeah.
and it's
It's just
You gotta do
shot.
the-
going out. Yeah,
Exactly.
If it's not gone in 20 minutes, it is
exactly. It's
frozen.
barely room temperature.
I love it.
That's why Jonas has a coffee pot in his office, right?
Exactly.
I was gonna say he probably goes through it fast enough to keep it hot, but
You have addiction too, right?
me, yes. Him, I don't know.
That's fair.
Have you guys been up long? Like, how long have you guys been serving breakfast?
Oh, probably since about 6. We got everything prepared around 5:30. So,
Why are you up so early?
honey, I work like 3 jobs, so I gotta.
Pretty sure
I
this
mean-
isn't one of your jobs.
No, but I'm just used to being up this early. Which actually, by the way, I need to call my boss. I'm probably fired. Oh well. 7th
What?
job this month.
That resume is padded.
It's hard to hunt, monsters and keep a day job.
It's wild.
Sorry about last night, honey. I just wasn't myself.
I mean, yeah, it's totally fine. It's kind of to be expected every once in a while.
Fair enough. Thanks for being kind.
Yeah, no problem. Hopefully, you've gotten enough sleep to kind of help get through today.
I'll give it my best.
What time does breakfast go till?
I don't know. Jonas is kind of just like serve it till people stop coming in. So,
So all day. All right, sounds great.
which is a lot of work because I don't know if you've ever stirred a like 7-gallon pot of oats. And you can't let it stop because it'll stick and then burn to the pan. And then Brick's up my nose about wrecking the pots and yada, yada, yada. So just easier to keep stirring.
See,
That sounds
she's learned a
tough.
few things.
Well, it's a workout. I don't need to hit the gym.
Shouldn't Brick be stirring it then, and you putting the nuts and all that stuff on top?
He said something about like sweat and labor being salve for the soul. I think it's just a bullshit reason to make me do all the hard work.
At this point,
Yeah.
Riley will
No,
be
it's
coming
we
down the
covered
line.
this. It's because your presentation sucks. You Brickley.
Honey, if it don't go in a microwave or have tinfoil on it when it comes out of the box, chances are I ain't cooking it.
And that's why I'm in charge of the plating.
These people don't give a shit about how it looks.
But Brick does, so
Thank you.
But he does have something that's kind of the equivalent of butter and some sugar and cinnamon. Well, sugar packets, I should say. So I hope you like your coffee black because he's commandeered those.
yeah, I mean, not really, but I'll drink it black, I guess. Gotta survive.
Toss a little salt in there. Fix it right up.
Well, Riley
No,
will be
thanks.
coming down the line right about now, just like, when did this place get fancy? What the hell?
Brick's
Rick
here.
has been trying to teach the volunteers about plating, which is not something we normally pay attention to on tuna sandwiches, but
Yeah, no, I was.
Plating
If
and
the
salt
nuts
in the
are-
coffee. That is Brick's mission to convince you people of today.
If the nuts and everything are mixed into the oats, how do I trade for more nuts?
okay. So yeah, we'll talk about that later. We don't need like sub economies going on in here.
They exist. I don't know what to tell you. It goes nuts, oats, dried fruits.
We're speechless.
Now you know.
Some
And
of
it's roughly
y'all.
about this point where we'll go ahead and sort of camera pan out as this group is having probably the most peaceful conversation they've had in a very long time. But the camera continues to zoom and zoom and zoom. And we see two familiar individuals sitting down in some very fancy and extravagant building. You got lounge chairs, open bars. And you see a familiar Zemitzi and a woman wearing a very tight black dress. Zemitzi looks over. Well, I see that you're back. Not necessarily to your former glory, but nonetheless. Yes, it's new, and I don't like it. I had a very nice thing going on before it was so brutally ruined. So exactly where are you with our project that we had set up? Oh, of the doppelgangers, you say? Yes, that is the one. Well, my dear Nessa, our terms have changed. Nessa seems to lean over the table and slide a card over. This just has a phone number. I think that individual has all the information that you need and require to stay alive. We had cloned her before, and it worked very well. Before a very angry old bag decided to ruin a lot of things in Indy. I couldn't agree more. Good. I hear that she's a baron now. That's disgusting. Well, when she has the reputation that she has for bringing down the camp, that's a whole new monster that's above what we had agreed on, Nessa. Then double the payment and make more. Because, and you see her smirk and try to almost hold back. In fact, make the whole group. There you have a lot to discuss. As Nessa walks away from the table, the other lady at the table picks up a phone. Yes. I'm aware. Good. Can you please make sure to bring the rest of my luggage and my pets? There's a lot of work here to be done. And that is where we will go ahead and wrap up for tonight's session. But thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. I know it's not our normal place, not our normal time slot. But with the way things are going on tomorrow with Election Day, we wanted to make sure that we could have a show where we could go ahead and put on a performance without having people be distracted or have different conflicting feelings or anything like that for everyone. So we wanted to go ahead and make sure that we got this taken care of and put on a fantastic show. And we'll see you guys next week for another episode of Hunting Indy by Night. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out, and we'll see you guys